This is not a clickbait video because this really happened. Hey everybody, I'm Amber, a disabled gal, here to reveal or remind you that you're complete in Jesus Christ alone. Today is going to be a little story time of when I saw a man in a woman's restroom. So Devin and I were on a road trip. It was actually our road trip to Washington, D.C. for the event on disabled marriage equality. Now, normally, when I have to use the restroom, we look for a family restroom because Devin has to go in with me because, I need help. I'm not able to transfer on my own. I'm just not able to do really much of any of the activity, using the restroom independently. That is why we always try to look for a family restroom, because then he can go in with me. It's just one toilet, it's not a problem for him to go into there. On this particular day, we were driving in a place, and the urge to use the restroom kind of snuck up on me. I must have miscalculated my pee math that day. Unfortunately, we were at least 45 plus minutes away from a family restroom. There was no way for me to make it that long, so we pulled over at a gas station. Most gas stations only have the men and the women's restroom, typically not a family restroom. I went up to one of the employees of the gas station and I explained what the situation was. He was really understanding and nice, and he put a sign on the women's restroom, saying cleaning in progress. There was no other women in the restroom at the time. You guys probably know where I'm going with this. Devin was the man that was in the women's restroom. So Devin and I both went in, there was nobody in there, and we were only in there for a few minutes, and, did my business, and we both left, and of course told the employee that we were done before we left. And also thanked him for understanding. If you thought this video was going to be about something else, sorry to disappoint, but that's not what it was about. I do think that my situation kind of highlights an aspect of this discussion, though, that really isn't talked about. Like, my options of using the restroom in public is extremely limited. Now, some of you might be saying, well, just have a female, caregiver employee with you. First of all, that's not realistic to expect us to always have a third wheel with us. I'm not really going to get into that in this video, but that's just not a realistic expectation. 99% of the time, Devin is going to need to go in with me because he's the one with me. Even when I was younger, for most of my childhood, I was raised by a single father. I know that single mothers are more common, but that wasn't my story. So my dad and I kind of ran into this same problem of, well, I guess we gotta find a family restroom because I can't go in the men's restroom and he can't go in the women's. So beyond the hot button, trans debate, there is a whole other aspect of this bathroom situation. And I haven't even gotten into accessible adult changing stations. Since I'm not able to actually stand up, I have to be laid down to, pull my pants up and down. It's very unsafe to lay me on a baby changing station, but most of the time, that's my only option. I do have a petition in the link of this video for adult size changing stations. So all of that to say, ideally, I wish that family restrooms were much more popular. I think that Walmart gets more of our business because we often have to stop there for me to go to the restroom. How to get Amber and Devin in the door. Have a family restroom. Also, ideally, restrooms would have, a large space that an adult could safely lay on. This may sound a little ridiculous, but this could even be a barrier with, like, church. There have been times we had to leave church early because I had to use the restroom. I'm not really sure how to end this video, but I hope it was edifying to you all, and thank you so much for watching. A huge thank you to my supporters. You guys really do bless this ministry tremendously, and God bless you all.
The video you just saw was made by fallible Christians.
Although we diligently seek to represent the God of the Bible accurately, please understand that we are still being sanctified.
For absolute truth, please refer to the Bible.